Hi there, folks. So, Reiza are working ever so hard on Automobilista 2 at the moment. They are literally, at least in the beta version of the game, they are updating it constantly. There's so much work going on, it's unreal. But, as well as improvements, general things like physics and tyres, they are squashing bugs. And they are squashing bugs that have been inherent to the Madness engine and seemed like there was some kind of hard-coded problem which could never be gotten rid of. They're squashing those. They've already done it with the camber, which existed when all the way from Project Cars, when they used the Madness engine in Project Cars, of course, and you couldn't see the visual camber changing on the wheels of the cars. That's one thing that's been fixed. One thing that is really, we all know the Madness engine's got its fair share of bugs. But this one's just a real horrible one. It's so immersion breaking. So, when let's turn the engine on here. I'm in the Formula USA at Barcelona in the beta. And, oh, there we go. A bit loud in my headphones. Probably not at your end. So, this particular bug, what would happen is you'd be in a practice session or a qualifying session or a race session. But more likely in practice or qualifying, it was more annoying there because, of course, you might have the odd crash whilst you're practicing and qualifying and, knock off a wheel. If you have a serious enough crash and you've got your damage turned up high enough, you might knock off a wheel. Like this. Let's try and knock off a wheel. Are we going fast enough? Yeah, there we go. That's knocked off a wheel. I've got my damage turned all the way up. So we've knocked off 2 wheels. There you go. You can see that there. So that would happen. And then you'd click return to the pits. And you get back to the pits and go to drive out again. But those wheels that had been knocked off would still not be there. They weren't visually represented. So you could just see your brake disc, but they'd be up in the air because the wheel is still physically there. So you could drive. They've eliminated that now. So if I come back to the pits, there's my car, there's the wheels. Still visually represented. And I've been trying this out to see if it's properly fixed. And literally, let's ignore the speed limits in the pits here because we're not having a race. I can literally, all day long, let's crash into another car just for fun. All day long, I can knock off wheels. Oh, we've gone straight through the car there, of course, because Automobilista kind of ghosts your car on your outlap. I forgot about that, but we've hit the wall, so it doesn't matter. And we've taken off 3 wheels. Let's go back to the pits. There's my car with 3 wheels. Let's do this from outside this time. And literally, I can do this again and again and again. And for ages. And I've just not seen that bug reoccur. No wheels. Back to the pits. Wheels. It's fantastic. It's just great. Because it's a total immersion breaker. All you could do to stop or rather to rectify that problem, if the wheels disappeared and you want to go out again, but it's totally immersion braking not having a wheel there and you just see your brake discs and half the car's floating in the air. All you could do is escape from the entire session, which is not good if you've already gone through a practice, already gone through qualifying, you've set a pretty decent lap, but you go out for that extra one. But you're ready to race. But you go out for that extra run and you have a crash, knock the wheels off, and then you can't go to race because even if you knock your wheels off and you advance to the next session to race, they still wouldn't be there. So you'd have to come out of the entire session, you'd lose your lap time, and then you'd have to start the session all over again. And then of course if you're limited on time, you've got to wait for it to load. And here we go, loading times aren't too bad in Automobilista 2, they're not too bad at all. But you still gotta wait for it to load, and well, let's see, what are we looking at? About 20 seconds, something like that. Slightly more for certain tracks. So it's just a great thing. So this is what's going on with the beta build at the moment. These are the bugs that they're fixing. And there's plenty of other good stuff to look forward to. But I just thought I'd let you know, for those of you who have a real bugbear with that bug, it's been sorted. If you try this, if you experience that bug coming back, please let me know in the comments of this video. If you ever experience that bug coming back, because obviously I haven't tried it with every car at every track, but it seems to have been squashed. If you do experience it coming back, please write to me in the comments. But obviously make sure, if you're on the normal build or the public release build of Automobilista 2, don't bother doing that at the moment, because it's just been implemented, this fix. But when the new public build comes out, which I think will be reasonably soon, when that comes out, that bug should have been squashed. If you find it, please tell me in the comments, and I shall get on the forums over at Reiza and let the devs know. Anyway, I'm really chuffed. I hope you are too. Happy racing. See you soon. If you want this channel to survive, do me a favor and hit subscribe. May seem like a small thing to do, but it enables me to make more videos for you. By hitting that button, you can help us thrive. Subscribe and keep this channel alive. Don't cost nothing, don't take no time. Come on now, keep this channel alive.